Welcome back to Champion Football Round 10. Had a shocker to start, forgot to press record when we were 5 minutes into the episode. Chaz and I are joined today by with Champagne Tommy from Rydalmere Captain. Bought a champagne with him to settle his nerves. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Good.
It's good. Just
different from 10 minutes ago.
Take two. You know, Chaz stitched him up with the first sentence talking about Rydalmere. So, how'd you go the weekend? You lost 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. 2-1 to McCarver off the bench. Yeah. Just wasn't our game. We were up 1-0, but then towards the end of the game, we just sort of lost our heads a little bit.
Were you sitting in, or were you just tired?
No, neither. We just sort of lost our way a bit. Like if anything, we made some subs to go and win the game a bit more.
Oh, wow.
Score a few more goals, and
They never brought you on to score goals.
brought me on. Played a little bit of 10.
What are you at in a 6, 8, 10?
Yeah, usually 6, but yeah, when we went to 1-1, just went up to 10. Tried to chase the game a little bit. Probably wasn't the best idea. But yeah, went down 2-1.
Wow.
Is what it is.
MacArthur Rams. Who is the new gaffer?
Don't know, man, but I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan?
Nah.
Of MacArthur Rams or of the new gaffer?
The new gaffer.
How come?
So we were when they played us, we were obviously at home. And
Obviously.
we were at home, sorry. And so they've got a half to warm up and we've got a half to warm up in. And
Sounds fair.
I think so as well. So they've set up, done the warm up behind the goal when the 20s were playing and set up their possession box in the corner, but in the half that we were using to warm up. So then I'm going across to take crosses for the keeper, and I was like, look mate, you need to move.
So hold on, so he's doing a possession box in your half?
Aye.
Aye, that's nonsense.
And then I said to him, I was like, look mate, you need to move. I was like, even just go up there a wee bit, because I need to put crosses in the box. So to me he goes, no. I was like, mate, don't be a dick. Like, you've got a full half up there. Like, I don't care if you're in here, but just move down.
What is he doing in the rest of the half that he needs an extra part?
Mate, he just didn't want to walk because it's a far away half of the changing room.
Nah,
so then as soon as like the goalkeeper goes down there and warms up, and then when the strikers want to do a bit of finishing, they then go down there and do their finishing, but he just wouldn't. So I'm in their possession box, smashing crosses in at the keeper. I was like, I'm not moving.
And they didn't, so they just kept going?
Just kept going, aye. No, just like, it's
That's
just
pointless.
I was just being a bit of a dick for no reason. Do you know what I mean? I just didn't think it was necessary. That's why I'm not a fan.
Warm-ups, interesting, the old dynamic of warm-ups, I think. Well, you see Jurgen Klopp, then he goes up and watches. Who did we play? Have we played something against recently? Was it a pre-season friendly or was it a league game? Maybe in a league game. One of the gaffers tried to do a Jurgen Klopp.
Just watches.
Who was it? Because Simon Nicholas slacked his. Look at this guy. He's like, I can't remember who the gaffer was. He's like, he's far too wee to be standing half lane trying to intimidate us. I can't remember who it was, man. Was it Central Coast? Maybe, I can't remember for sure. But same thing, come at half lane, just watch the warm up. But no one, I mean, nobody cares.
That's it, relax.
Warm up, that's pure crack for it.
That's what I just did, so that was my first impression.
You don't need that much space, man. I mean, I think when you're grown up, what did you get? 20 metres outside your park?
Yeah.
And then you need to do one. The only thing I ever see it overlap now is usually you'll do the dynamic warm up or whatever, passing, possession, and then we'll have the little split where strikers have shots and goal, defenders might do some build up, whatever. When our team starts to do their build up for the back, they'll have their defenders just drop into your half and all that sort of thing, a wee bit like any chance. Usually they're sound though.
That's what I mean. Like, see, I literally said to him, can you move 10 metres just so I could swing some crosses in? So I was wanting like the byline to basically the 6 yard line.
Majority of the warm-ups anyway are usually behind the goals at most fields. You don't have much room anyway.
Yeah, just aye. So that's the reason for not liking the gaffer.
Aye.
So it was a bit of a dick.
He's probably on the MacArthur Rams podcast and saying that Chaz.
I never understood. He was asking me a question, but I never understood him.
I only thought you asked him the time. Don't know, mate. Anyway, yeah, we'll crack on.
Mate. So it's your 4th year at Rydalmere?
Yeah, 4th year, yeah.
How's it going so far? Obviously there's been a lot of changes.
Yeah, as you know. Yeah, completely new team this year. 4 players from last year. And I think they said like we have an average age of 22, so a very young team.
Who's the 4 from last year? You and who else? Isaac?
Myself, yeah, Isaac, Cole Sandy, Nicola Pinto.
5, Dylan.
And Dylan, yeah. Cahill. So.
Dylan's a winger?
Yeah.
Speedboat, no driver.
But yeah, just for us this year, it's just been the consistency. Haven't been able to get it, you know. You beat Mount Druitt, beat Dunbar 5-0, whatever it was, come back from down.
You beat Mount Druitt?
It's the
yeah.
only game that they've lost.
Score that game?
2-1. And we had a, so Isaac got sent off 20 minutes in.
What was the score that game? I know the score, sorry, when was it? Was it recently?
3 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I remember I said because Kyle scored twice, eh?
Yeah,
And Kyle never scores.
yeah.
So I've sort of read it in the report that he'd scored twice, aye.
Yeah,
Was that rain?
yeah, right.
Oh, gutted my boots on my balcony. Oh, devastated with training. I actually left my house, looked out on the balcony, I thought,
I'll be alright.
I'll be sound, man. Checked the weather, it was sound. Oh, it's spewing. Anyway, side note. Aye, so inconsistency, mate, aye.
Yeah, we had a lot of injuries too. Like eight of our starters essentially have been out for the year so far. So Luka Komet torn his hammy, Ronan, our centre back, torn hammy, Malik Saad and Keanu, both ACLs.
Oh, stinking.
I came back probably 4 or 5 rounds in or whatever it was. I did my meniscus MCL. So like
How did you do that?
in pre-season training in December last year, and just twisted it slightly, and that was it. So we've all year we've just been taking players from the 20s and playing players out of position. So it's been a tough start to the year, but it is what it is. What can you do?
Especially hard when you've got a young squad, but
Yeah.
when you've got a young squad and the ones that you, as you say, you're looking into maybe bring a wee bit of experience or set standards, etc., aren't there, then it's even harder. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the nucleus of the team is so young. Fair. There was a lot of changes at the end of last season. This next part, what do you think brought this about, mate?
Is this a stitch-up question?
A little.
Just asking a question, know what I mean?
Last year was a funny year, at Rydalmere, and if you weren't at the club, you'd have no idea what was going on. You'd just think we were playing shit.
Yeah.
But
That's exactly what I thought.
But yeah, it was a funny one. But I think it probably did need a little bit of a clean out. And not saying that in a disrespectful way. There were players, pushing mid-30s, late 30s.
Is that me?
Westy,
Chaz
Chaz. Decent players. And Westy will tell you himself, he wasn't a 90-minute player. He could do 30 minutes.
You alright?
Full windows open. I thought I'd make it quiet. Sorry, mate.
But yeah, there were just, some... Yeah, it just wasn't going to work again.
Yeah.
Especially with the way going forward, the way they wanted to play. It was just completely different to what the boys were used to, and it's a lot more attacking, a lot more counter-attacking, and yeah, just a lot more running.
So who did you have? Ben, so you had Ben Rawlinson, didn't you?
That was 2 years ago, yeah.
So did Anthony Hart take it from start of last year?
No, so there was
Paul
Ben
Fraser.
and then Paul Fraser came in with
So he
Stamati.
did. That's right, aye.
Yeah.
Remember that's the 20s coach?
That's
Aye,
correct.
Yeah.
that's right.
I think last year we had 12 points after the first 10 games or something, and then the rest of the season we only got another 10 points from 20 odd games, man.
Yeah. That's poor.
Very
Lucky
poor,
to stay up on that.
Aye.
What was it? How far off the bottom is?
I think,
Don't know.
no, you know what? We still finished mid-table.
Oh really?
That just shows what the league was like last year.
Yeah.
And even this year, how many games we've lost already, and we're still 5 points from top 5.
Oh really?
But I think that's that Mount Druitt have kind of run a bit,
Yeah.
and Bulls are close.
Yeah.
But after that, it's like
It's
Who is the third team in the NPL?
I think. Oh, is that
By the way,
Hakoah?
Hakoah playing really well. They're not.
Botherweg 3-0 at the weekend, man.
Aye, they won against Team.
Aye.
That's right. Aye.
They've not lost yet this year.
Are they? They must be the only team in NPL, surely.
The only team that's not lost. Have you played Hakoah?
We played. I can't remember if we tied or.
Yeah,
no,
they've
did we
drawn a
tie?
few games. They've
Yeah.
drawn a
Has
few
anyone beat
games.
Mounties?
There.
I know it's
Mount
NPL 3,
League,
but I'm just trying to lock in the
Mounties
line.
have lost twice.
So they must be the only team in undefeated in NPL. Not bad that, fair play.
Yeah.
Aye.
So, but undefeated, usually, so draws are obviously killing them then because
Yeah.
they're still a fair bit ahead, aren't
Aye.
they?
I think they maybe 4 draws or 5 draws.
Well, they're going to be
Time
next anyway.
games, aye,
They
100%.
could be next for the playoffs. I feel like Mount Druitt, the way they're going, are going to run away with it, but we'll see. Right, do you want to get into the NPL 1 games?
Let's do it, mate.
What you going with the big game, the main game, do you think?
Well, let's just go in order they're here.
Yeah, okay. Well, Rockdale Olympia, I went to that game, and obviously goals. I've seen the goals.
Decent goals.
Very good goals. Swords, Cracker, Chalaki and Cracker, even Constable, good finish, top bin.
Finish.
Great finish, but compared to Swords and Chalaki, it's unfortunately the third
Aye,
What do you expect out of Chilakians and Swords?
Chilakin.
Chilakin?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Swords.
What's your reasoning?
I think that Swords is a bit further out.
Oh, I don't know, there's not much in it, is there?
Nah.
I thought it looked a little bit further out, and there's obviously just a big number of bodies in the way for the ball in terms
Swords
of...
is also a fullback.
Sword swings at it.
Swings it very well,
That
mate.
can, yeah, but that could go anywhere, and he doesn't know where that's going.
Because he had one, didn't he, a few later on in the game.
So you reckon it was one of those ones where he's just hitting?
Yeah,
Right
for
the
sure.
best? Okay, we'll leave it open for debate because we've still got the Blacktown game and the United game and all that for goal of the week. But two crackers. It was a good game to be fair, but to be honest, Rockdale looked fairly comfortable. Donovan's penalty was a penalty. I think it was a handball. Got them back in the game, but never really looked really that dangerous at many points. Very dangerous on the counter, to be fair. But Rockdale should have had the game wrapped up a little bit earlier. And then obviously as the game goes on, even at 3-1, 5 minutes to go, you're thinking Donovan obviously scores late on, but I think if he scores 5 minutes prior to that, it could be a little bit different. But Rockdale deserved to win. Nothing else. A good win for Rockdale. Olympic. We've got Olympic this week actually. And then what? Blacktown City against Mariners.
Blacktown City Mariners. The Mariners keeper had a great first half, man.
I
Made lots of saves, and then
Blacktown keeper made some good saves second half.
I did, but I was just in terms of they scored on the first minute injury time at the end of the first half, which obviously going in at half time it's a completely different feeling both ways as opposed to if they'd gone in and it was nothing each.
Yeah.
So it was unfortunate timing. But thought he was brilliant. I thought that Mitch Malia's free kick was unbelievable. It's a great strike, man.
Was there not what was the other goal in that game?
Who scored it?
Travis Miller scored one. Jack O'Brien scored
O'Brien's free kick as well.
I was going to say that. He scored a free kick. But obviously Malia's was
It
a belter.
seemed to move a hell of a lot, man.
What's your thoughts on Malia's free kick, mate?
Yeah, just dip like crazy.
Malia's free kick. Okay, so you're saying Chilakian's goal in the Rockdale game, right?
Yeah.
So Malia's free
Malia.
kick. You're giving Malia over that, and you're giving Malia's free kick over Chilakian or Sorge?
I don't know. Still deciding.
Okay. Well, I actually thought Central Coast had a couple of good chances. They had the 1-on-1 at 2-1.
At 2-1. Keeper made a good save.
But you'd expect Blacktown to win that game, so they're still picking up the points.
Wanderers,
fair play to them. Honestly, on a mission.
Like,
I mean, St George are like a good side.
Yeah.
Packed with some good players. That's a pumping.
That's an absolute.
Was it 5-1 at half time?
5-1 at half time, and that's what I was saying. Yeah, I think that they didn't really have many chances outside the 5 goals.
They're averaging 5 goals a game.
It's a joke. But they didn't have. They get chances, and they took every chance in that first half. In the highlights,
Good quality players.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Blair scores again. Jack O'Brien scores again as well. To be fair, so I think that Eurosevsky didn't score.
Yeah.
So it's getting a little tighter up the top.
And then Romero didn't take the penalty.
I seen that. Nathan Roberts hit it.
Yes,
That's
right.
Yep. Brilliant for Wanderers. Top of the league still. I keep saying it's early, but
They're flying though.
they're flying at this rate. They're going to be very difficult to stop.
How many goals Unison?
Don't know. When we read out the top scorers last week, he wasn't in the top 3 or 4.
Yeah, yeah.
He must be. I reckon he's close to 7.
Aye, he must be about there because Nathaniel Blair was in the top
I think he must
last
be
week.
He was 9 or 10 or something.
He was on 9 last week, and then he's obviously scored at the weekend, so he's went top with 10.
Yeah.
What was Eurosevsky on 9?
9. They were tied last
So
week.
tied. Okay, well Nathaniel Blair's top scorer, but he must have a few assists as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Aye, he's doing really well. I like him. And then Sydney United, Apia. I mean, I say it wasn't really a home game for Apia, was it? It was Olympic Park.
Ah, I know. But
It's a bit of a neutral venue. I've got no idea. Do you know why? Why Apia played that?
And they doing the turf
I think
at
Lambert's
Lambert,
getting
yeah.
done up, right? So they've been using Leichhardt Oval. But I don't know if that's
Probably
maybe
booked
something to
out
do
or
with the
something.
rugby.
Yeah.
Because West Tigers use Leichhardt as well.
I mean, I've got no idea. I'd be guessing.
So I think that's probably why they've had to go to
Yeah,
Olympic
I'd
Park.
say so, yeah.
No, it was a good venue to be fair.
Ah, it's beautiful.
Cracking big venue, but pumped.
Absolutely, man.
That's a second pumping.
Aye, it was a doon, man.
So again, more quality goals. And tell me, I want to throw in Telme's first goal. Again, I think it was his first goal. Is in the mix for goal of the week.
Aye.
With the other ones you mentioned, obviously.
When he's received his ball back to goal.
Oh, not even just the finish, but I think the build up to the finish. I think the ball's on the sideline. Do 3 or 4 good combination in front of a few players, and then he It's a great finish. Chaz reckons he didn't mean the goal.
Did you mean it? I don't know.
He just said aye.
I'm just asking him. I'm asking him. But it was a good goal. I thought the Hatch was also scored a screamer.
I tell me, Clifford about 5.
I know what. Bazanis made a great save with his foot
I
on
know
the
that.
post.
He did aye.
Would have been his hat-trick.
I'm surprised he didn't have a hat-trick. He had a few chances. Even in the second half, it was like, I watched the highlights, I thought, oh, maybe Hakoah
Happy going to come back in.
Just wave after wave.
They didn't really have anything.
A penalty, was it a penalty scored? Aye.
Yeah, it was.
It was
Jack
Stewart.
Jack Stewart, yeah.
I don't know, it'd be interesting to see, because obviously you can drop points, but they dropped way more points than I thought they would up here this year.
Aye.
And like big defeats.
And I think they've got Rockdale this weekend.
They have. That's Temba's got your reserves in his back pocket, he says,
I said that.
So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how he goes there. Cheeky. And then Marconi looked comfortable against Manly.
Aye, they look comfortable.
But didn't look a ton of chances. Did you watch the highlights of that?
Not for Marconi, no.
Nah, like one-sided, pretty much one-sided. Franco Myers having a great season, by the way.
Aye, good finish.
Great finish, and then even the shot. He shot for like 40 yards. That's a bit extreme, but 30 odd yards. It was a great shot in the first half, about 30 odd yards, tipped from the bar. But
did you see Temukovsky's strike? They came back off the post.
Aye.
Did you see that?
No.
He's not scored that many goals this year, has he?
The strike, the ball was flying, man. He's literally hit it.
Didn't go in, but
keeper
so,
never didn't even know what happened and smashed the post. A great strike.
But they're picking up points all the
That's
time.
it.
Start the mix. You played against them midweek. What do you think of them?
I thought they were alright. Like, I didn't think they were amazingly good at anything in particular. Like, they didn't try and do a certain thing. They just had players who were very effective. If that makes sense.
Like, good quality players.
Like Temukovsky scored. I think he scored twice against us.
I just say he doesn't score as well.
I know. He scored 2 against us. Sorry, mate.
Let that one go past me as well.
And they just they had made some changes against us as well. To be fair, because Essex never played. They played their sub keeper.
You say Costanza was slinking, didn't you?
I was terrible.
Absolutely
shocking, man. Shocker. One of our boys gets sent off as well. They actually get a player sent off at 2 each, and then they get a penalty just after, and one obviously scored the penalty, 1-2. But I think the difference is if you give them chances and time on the ball, then they've got good players.
So I think if you compare like Appy Marconi to the big clubs, Marconi, in my opinion, for what I see, again I don't see all the games, but the games I have seen, to me they don't look that impressive in terms of style of play. They're not battling teams,
Very direct,
but they're winning games.
100%.
Appiah, to me, when they play well, they look slick, they look good, like they look clear style of play, but they're dropping a lot of points.
Aye.
I mean, a 95th minute goal against the Saints as well. St George Saints probably stopped it from being probably dropping it that top 5, top 6. So yeah, we'll see how they go, but I'm not sure who they play this weekend. We'll get to that. But
Rockdale.
Oh, sorry, you mentioned that. That'd be a tough game. Was it at
Appiah at home, I think.
So I was at Olympic Park again.
No idea, mate. Home away from home. They are either at home Appiah, but
That'll be a good game. Is that on Sunday?
Don't know, mate. That's Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. But if it's on Sunday,
it's Sunday. To be that games, I'd go and watch
so then
it.
it will be at Olympic Park because we're playing. Oh no, we're playing away. We're at Central Coast this week.
So you point to him, has he know?
No.
Because don't know. We were talking about it earlier.
Anyway, St George with Wolves.
2 each.
Good result for Saints, or bad result? Still 2-0 up.
2-0 up, man.
Did you see that game?
No.
You watch any games, no?
No, I just saw what the highlights were. I didn't see if they weren't highlights. I didn't see them.
Oh, man, there's highlights of every game.
That was it.
There
Come
was.
on, man.
Do you think I went to every one of these games?
No, I didn't see it.
St George were 2-0 up against Wolves. First half didn't look like, wasn't a lot showing you, was it?
Nah, it wasn't. I think St George looked better though in terms of what it did show you. Going forward, it was the Wolves never really done anything in the first half.
No. But see, to be fair, sometimes the highlights do miss a lot of key points, and we'll get to that when we watch the Spirit Hills games. There's like 4 massive chances, like 2 at least were sitters, I would say, from your side. Didn't get shown in the highlights, and that's just me seeing from my side. I'm sure I didn't watch the Rockdale Olympic highlights because I was at it, but I reckon there's chances they miss because they can't put every single thing in.
Aye.
We've only got 3 to 4 minutes to do the highlights, so I don't know. But Wolves second half good. They done well to come back, and he got a goal chopped off at the end.
Aye.
What do you think of that?
I think I'm going to say it was a foul.
Nah, so that I paused it right as it was happening. He's not even got eye in the ball, and
He's
he
just
keeper.
smashed him, man.
I do think keepers get a lot too much protection sometimes, but
agree.
on that, I think it was a foul.
I agree. I think there's
Scored the 90th minute with a disallowed. It was a ball in the box, clash with the keeper, and the referee gave it to.
But he smashed the keeper, but
Aye,
smashed him.
But aye, anyway, that was it. And then big shout out to Hakoah again.
Yeah, good goal.
He is standout player this year.
I know. Big
Superb.
goal as well.
Have you seen much of him, Hakoah?
No.
Nah, just not for every single question.
Nothing.
Not seen that, not been there, don't know what I'm playing. Who's that? Right, Spirit against Hills. It was an important game for probably both teams.
For both, yeah.
Needed to win that game. Did you see the highlights of that?
Yeah.
Oh, well done, mate.
Chids was good.
Chids
In the highlights.
was. To be fair, everyone played. It was a good performance.
Aye.
We deserved to. First 25, 30 minutes, we were well in control. They scored. Then they came back into the game. I'll give them that. Didn't create a ton, but they nearly scored for the halfway line.
Oh, what a strike that was.
Aye, what a great strike. Almost scored for the halfway line. And then in the second half, it was very one-sided.
Aye.
Very one-sided. It was deserved to win the game, but that 25-minute period in the end of the first half, they came back into it. But aye, it was a comfortable win in the end up. But it could have been different if they'd took advantage of that little spell they had. Referees were not ideal. I don't want to make a big shout at the referees, and we could sit here all day talk about referees. Do you know what I hate about the referees? Fourth officials, right?
Right.
Obviously, you'll know you're on the bench the weekend.
Do you know what he just said? He says, don't want to talk about referees.
And
referees, fourth officials.
Fourth officials are not referees, and this is why. The one thing I hate about it is only one standing. Did you ever hear them say that?
Yeah.
That does my nut in. Sometimes, so the dugout sometimes, because of the fourth official, you can't see the game.
Yeah.
They're standing in front of the plate, so often I'll stand up in the dugout, but I'm still in the dugout, not out or anything. Just one standing, please. I'm like, mate, whilst you're telling me that, there's been 3 decisions that the referees got wrong. Any chance? He's like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I know, but see if you just tell him. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's already made his decision up. I'm like, what is the point?
I agree.
What is the point in the fourth official? They don't. When they could help the referee, they say often. This is not just my opinion. They'll often say, and I'm sure it happens to a lot of people on the sideline. They'll go, yeah, I agree with you. What you're saying. That was a foul. Yeah, from me. That shouldn't have been out. I'm like, tell him. It doesn't matter. Like, what's it? Linos sometimes will be. They see them talking to linos. I've never seen a ref go up to a fourth official and go, what do you think about that there? What do you see? It was right in front of you.
It's almost to me as if the fourth official is just there to manage the
bench.
benches.
That's all, yeah.
That's what it looks like to me. Even you get the ones that come round and then they count it, come out. One too many. He's not. Mate, relax, man.
The sit down thing does my nut in the most. Oh mate, I hate it. I hate it because they can help the game. I always say a good referee is a referee you don't even know they're really there.
Yeah.
The referees, when it's all about them, sometimes the flow of the game can feel that the referee's involved a lot, but if the referee feels like it's centre of attention, I think it's poor refereeing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that really happened in the game. We gave a few inconsistent decisions for both teams, not just for Spirit side of things. It was a poor performance, but I feel like it could have been made better when you've got 3 people who can help them. So some of the things are happening right in front of the line or the fourth official, and they can just, and again this is fouls on both sides, he could just say that's a foul by the way, or that was their ball by the way, gives it the wrong way. Both benches, because they're also right in front of it, can see it's obvious. They started getting annoyed about it. Then the fourth official, rather than like, okay, I'll talk to him, he then turns around and both bench. You should be talking, like, be quiet, bit of respect. Like, mate, then he'll turn and go, yeah, you're right, it was out. What the fuck? So you're giving the gaffers into trouble for calling what was off, but you agreed with him. But you told him.
He's made a mistake, and you're giving them into trouble for being angry that he made a mistake.
Man, it's such a simple basic, and if the referee, if he just even says to the referee, by the way, that was their ball, and the referee says, nah, I don't think so, cool.
Aye.
But he'll often say, nah, he's made his decision, I can't say anything. Oh, mate, come on. Does man that in the fourth official, man? I don't. It doesn't matter who it is, because he could be the referee and be a good referee. I don't see the point in the fourth official. It basically is well just wearing a high-vis vest.
Security.
Just one standing, please. That's the same job.
Security, then they hold up the board.
That's it. And half the time that's wrong as well. Brutal.
Take it you don't like them then?
I don't like the job, the role of a fourth official. I think it's pointless. In NPL football, I think it's pointless. I don't know what it's like in Premier League football or professional football. But pish. Pish. Right, anyway.
Last game, Sydney SC.
Why have you wrote here another header, this time from insert name?
Because I didn't know who it was.
What was the chance?
don't know. You're setting goal with Spirit.
Oh, Jesse, right, so Michelle.
I couldn't.
Good goal that, by the way.
It was a good goal. It was a great delivery and very good header. I just didn't know. I didn't hear the
But I need to mention Zach Chancey plays for Spirit. He got into the route this week. We got he was only boy, he's 18, 19. I think he came from Melbourne, one of the Melbourne teams that the youth set up. The joke is he looks like one of those big inflatables inside the car showrooms, just like flate up, like one of those big arms, like the most uncoordinated guy ever. But mate, what if you get a chance to see highlights of him, all he does is when he gets the ball is, I'm going straight to goal. And I don't know how he does it. He runs into the biggest group of players he can find, looks like intentional, and almost, I would say 8 times out of 10, he comes out the other side. No one knows what he's going to do. I don't think he does either. But mate, honestly, very good player. Like, bizarre player. Arms are all over the place, legs are all over the place, but he's rapid, tenacious, tricky as anything. This is probably his second start for us, I think. And he got in the team of the week. And he scored the first goal. Right. And I think he's set up 3 or 4 big chances as well, but one to keep an eye on for sure.
I do.
Sydney FC.
Nothing each.
Pants. Do you watch that game?
No, I didn't watch it.
Probably done yourself a favour.
Couldn't find it.
They missed a pen or Sutherland.
Pavlicic in goal for Sydney FC, a good game, man.
I was going to say, he made some cracks.
He's been good all year, but...
What?
He's been good all year.
Has he been playing most games?
Yeah.
Oh, has he?
Hasn't he? I've seen him in the team of the week a few times.
So he's second choice behind Redmayne. So he'll sometimes, it depends, I think, where the A-League team are playing. If they've got a game away, nah. he told me. But if they've got a game away, then he'll travel with the first team, and then they'll need to play somebody else.
Oh yeah, he looked, you could tell he was
he's good.
You could tell he was a professional goalkeeper.
Good goalkeeper.
Did really well.
Very well.
But he kept, probably without that, Sutherland would have got the 3 points.
Definitely.
Anyway, moving on to, you can maybe say something now, big man, NPL 2. Do you watch these games?
Yeah, not really, nah.
You got a good view of your game for the bench.
Yeah.
Bankstown City, was that a derby, that's right?
Bankstown City.
I actually meant Sash, the Bankstown City gaffer,
at
the Rockdale game. So I was asking him about how the season that's been going. He's like, if you hadn't been watching us, again, he's going to be a little bit biased, I imagine, but he said if you hadn't just been looking at the results, it looks like we've been terrible. He goes, but we've been playing like really well.
Yeah.
Did you play against them?
We played against them, yeah.
Excuse me, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. No, they've got a real decent team.
Did they play well
I don't know why the scores aren't going their way, but honestly they've got a good team.
Yeah, he says they're playing really good football, but whatever's happening, just can't get the results together.
Yeah.
And then he said it was a frustrating game, so they might pick up a bit of form as well. But
well, they've been decent. I think they've won the past 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
So it looked like they had a bit of form, but then Berries haven't been great results wise. Again, they could be playing alright, but results wise they've not been great. So a big point for them.
And Alliance get battered. Did you not tip Alliance to win?
Nah.
Are you sure?
100%.
Did
Nah, everybody said Bulls.
Oh, did we? Aye. Because someone said to me that on the Saturday at football, which one of you tipped an Alliance? And I was like, what was it?
Nah. Because I said I thought they'd struggle against Inter-Alliance because of how Inter-Alliance play.
That was Bulls can't score goals as well.
I know, mate. Can't. The first few weeks they couldn't.
Yeah.
They weren't scoring goals. They were set pieces.
I think it was me that said that actually. And then in pre-season.
Aye, so you did. Aye, and then 6 goals, man.
First 15 minutes.
4 goals up in 15 minutes.
And Wanderers against St George, they were 4 goals.
Do you know what's funny, right? See the Wanderers game? So I'm watching the highlights as I'm writing just a wee bit about them, right? And I was like 2 goals in 6 minutes. And then they scored a third within 15. And I was like, 3 and 15, I changed it. And
I did like that.
I did it again. They scored 5 in the first half, so I was just going to 5.
Who is... You want to give a shout out to somebody?
Abdullah Faisal scored a hat-trick for Bulls against the Alliance.
Is he slightly afro hair?
Don't know, I just saw that he scored 3 goals. I thought I'd give him a shout out. Do you know what I mean?
He's, I don't know if it's the same lad, but it was a lad against us at pre-season. Played in the front 3, he was really good.
Aye.
It might have been him, he did look good. Don't know if it was him or not. Hakoah unbeaten now, I think. We
10
believe.
games, man, aye.
Believe as if only team in NPL unbeaten. Fair play. Who's your gaffer again? Gav told us.
I can't remember.
Yeah, John's from there. Yeah, John's still there. Yeah, I don't know if he's the head coach,
he's
but
assistant.
Yeah.
John Collegia?
Yeah.
Is that not he used to be at Appia?
Appa, yeah.
So he was at Appia gaffer and he was assistant at Hakoah?
Yeah.
That's right. But has he not got another job? With private school?
St Al's.
St Al's, alright, okay. Fair dues.
But
every week at Hams.
Do you know what I mean? You think you'd learn after the first week?
Every week, man. Good tune, but. I happy to Bonnyrigg get battered.
Aye, 3-0. 2 goals in 4 minutes in the first half.
Bonnyrigg, they're going to be a mid-table team, aren't they?
100%. I think that they've got Dunbar this weekend, I'm sure. And
That could go either way.
that could go either way. 100%, man.
Yeah.
You've battered Dunbar 5-0, eh?
Yeah.
Have you played Bonnyrigg yet?
We played Bonnyrigg, lost, I think 1-0.
Did you play them at Bonnyrigg?
No, it was at our home, yeah. But nothing special.
No, our league is so like unpredictable. Like I know obviously
I think all leagues are.
but ours is like
NPL too, but it's just what you get on the day. You don't know what you're going to get. Like with Inter Lions and Bulls, if Inter Lions turn up, they win that game 5-0. But if they don't turn up, they get battered. It's just...
It's like, see what I've said it before in terms of like style of play and doing what you do. So you just have got a way you playing. Most teams will have a way they play. NPL 2s, they kind of have a way they play, but they're not good enough at it to not be affected by what other teams do.
Yeah, that's right.
So it ends up just being a bit mental, do you know what I mean? So it's not, as you say, if they turn up and they start, first 10 minutes, a team's brilliant, and then they concede, they'll change how they'll play based on what the other team are doing. Whereas with you boys, you'll probably just keep doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I get
so I think that's what leads...
Was it think it's a lack of belief in what they're doing, or do you think the players aren't good enough to keep doing it effectively when they get under pressure?
No, I think it's because you don't do it often enough.
Yeah.
Why do you mean there's just not enough training nights?
No, maybe I think that the training in general is people will work in things, right? But I'll say that when you started pre-season, right, you said a clear like, this is what we're going to do for the next 20 weeks or whatever pre-season is, and you're building towards this performance. For me, it's just a bit scrappier in NPL 2. People go away, people are there, people are this. Like, it's just a bit messy. Do you know what I mean?
So, like, have you played NPL 1?
Yeah.
Who would you play with there, Mandra?
Mandra, yeah.
So
that's a bad example, but
it is. That's good.
So I was just going to say, comparing, because it's very coach specific. For instance, if I think, like, let's just say,
I think take Perko.
Yeah.
You know exactly what Perko does. Perko, he analyses every little detail.
Yeah.
And then you get your mate at MacArthur. It's probably chalk and cheese compared to the two.
His warm-ups are good, but it's a crank me possession box. But say, let's just use like Perko and Andrew Christensen. That's the two I've sort of seen more in detail. I don't really know a lot of NPL1 gaffers on the training pitch. Say these coaches who've got a very distinctive playing style, right, and they get a job in NPL 2. I don't think they would still have that style. They'd still have training sessions the way they are.
But I think then the players maybe then aren't, let's say, maybe as engaged or as open to learning more as much as they would need to learn to play in that system.
In PL1, you probably got a lot more players that are still trying to progress to the next level.
Like,
PL2, you got people, they're tradies. There's people come from work. They're not there.
NPL was the same.
Yeah, but I think there's still more ambition at NPL1. NPL2.
And I also think that then the money involved in NPL1 will often carry weight for that as well in terms of they're there.
Okay, we'll just counter that. I can guarantee Spirit has got less budget than some of the teams in NPL2.
Yeah.
Fair.
We've got a low. I'm not going to say the exact figure, but it's one of arguably the lowest in the league.
Yeah.
I can guarantee Mount Druitt, maybe even Bonnyrigg.
I'll pay more. But then it must come down to coaches to a degree, eh? Like, so then this is Perko at an NPL1 club will get the players that he wants to get.
Yep.
Whereas when you go to a Bonnyrigg, you might not get the same players that that will have maybe more of an education football-wise than the players that are playing NPL2. And I'm not being disrespectful in that. There's some NPL2 players.
You sound pretty disrespectful.
There's a lot of NPL2 players that could go and play in NPL1.
100%. We've got Chids plays for it. We've got half their team.
That's what I mean. There's definitely players that can go into that, but then it almost becomes, for me, a bit of consistency in the coaching as well. So Perko's been doing what he's doing for the past 5 years or whatever it is at Spirit, and he's got 7, 8, 9, 10 that have been with him for a period of time. So for one person to go into that, it then becomes easier to implement what you're trying to do because you've only got 1 or 2 or 3 new players coming into your system.
We had 11 players, I think, this year coming into our system.
But how many experienced players stayed?
Not many. Chris goalkeeper, Subby, centre half. I'm just
argument here, man.
No, I mean, I'm serious. I don't think many. Maybe I say less than. I want to say between 5 and 7.
Fuck. Well, if you're 5, 6, 7 experienced players.
I say experience. I'm saying from the year before. The only ones who've been there for that 5-6 year period. Again, just using Perko as a blanket statement, could be any other coach in like another NPL 1 club doing similar, but. Subby certainly has been there for like 72 years, he's been there for a long time. And then Mickey Conestable has been there for like 5-6 years, but he's been injured, so he's not really taking part this year. Corey Kavanagh, young boy, he's like 20 now, but 21. He started out with a broken metatarsal. Yeah. And then like Lewis Lobo was there last year but not the year before. Ollie Wiggins was there last year but not the year before. Richard Darko's been there for, this is his 3rd year. Yeah. So I'd say Chris Marquez, the goalkeeper. Don't know if there's anybody else off the top of my head who's like been there for like a mainstay for like 5 years. But
do you think is it enough to basically control the dressing room in terms of getting everyone to buy in to how they're playing?
I don't know. I don't believe that. This is my opinion here. I don't think at any club the buy-in comes from the dressing room. The buy-in's only come from the coach getting buy-in for the players. I think.
But also, for me, I think that if you've got leaders in a dressing room,
that supports the idea of it, of course. But I think you'd need a pretty weak coaching, let's just call it, for lack of a better word, philosophy or style of coaching to rely on needing a captain or a couple of leaders to drive it in a changing room. I think if it's good enough, the majority should be bought in anyway, because regardless of the player's attitude, they'll enjoy it. Either one because it's fun and whatever else, or they're getting really good, say, fitness outcomes, or they feel like they're learning something. I think that's my opinion. I think if the coaching is good, it's well set up. I think my opinion for playing as well is you want things to be organised. You don't want it over the top, like you said. Lads are working all day, their heads are frazzled, they might have been dealing with kids or whatever's going on. They've got a lot going on in their life, maybe like studying for exams. You don't want to have for work and it feels like too professional.
Aye, of course.
But you want a professional environment where you feel like you don't have to think, well, that's set up for you, that's done for you, I'll go over here, I'll do that. That makes sense because that's happening. And if something goes wrong at the weekend, like, cool, the coaching staff will try and eradicate that.
So then maybe what we get back to is that's the reason why people are coaching NPL 1 and people are coaching NPL 2 and NPL 3.
I don't know, well maybe that's often a different conversation, because I think there's people in jobs in like, your man at Hakoah, assistant gaffer, he's been an NPL 1 gaffer, that could be his personal circumstance, personal choice to go and do NPL 2, so you can't tell everyone with one brush. But I'm interested more from a coaching perspective and a player's perspective. Like, why would NPL 2 coaches have got the same capabilities of running a coaching session as an NPL 1 coach? Again, this is such a blanket conversation because I don't really know every NPL 2 team coach, so I don't want it to sound disrespectful. And at the same time, like you said at Mount Druitt, well, we didn't actually say Chaz alluded to it, but that was a bad example for whatever reason. Like, and you do hear whispers of different clubs being like, oh, training's, well, who was it said to us, Harry Jones said to us when he had who was ex, he had the professional Milligan, and he said that, like, oh, I loved that. Why? Mark Milligan, because his sessions were just, he was playing towards a certain style. To me, that, well, why is that not every session? Like, why does every club not do that? It's never really perfect because they're not professional coaches, because coaches, like the players, have got all these things to do. It's hard to run, like you said, recruitment. Like a head coach is a proper gig.
It's almost a full-time job.
Hard. Like, you need to be obsessed to get the best of what you have, because you could be obsessed with it and then you not have the resources or things don't go to plan. I don't know, I think it's an interesting conversation. I think that's why it'd be good to have some coaches on here as well,
100%.
because context is needed. The circumstances, budget's not going to guarantee anything, as some clubs have found out. Look, I don't know Bonriggs, but I'm going to assume they've got a decent budget, and they're not doing too well. Marconi haven't won a league. They've got a decent budget every single year, as do a lot of the top teams. Mounties, have they got a decent budget? As we know, they're top of the league just now. But
no, they're not.
Are they not?
Jets.
Okay, well, it's Harbury League, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
But I just think there's a lot of variables.
Oh, of course. Because then again, you look at like a Western Sydney Wanderers and like a Bulls in our league and a Newcastle Jets, where it seems they've got more time on the training pitch.
They're a bit of the outside the norm though, aren't they? Because they've got more training time. Because I don't think that third, when you trained at Mount Druitt, was it 3 nights a week?
Yeah.
Usually the third night you're not going to get a ton out of it. Like most
it
times
was a Friday night. It's
always a start of the week where it's a recovery.
Yeah.
Okay, you get contact time, touching the ball, maybe do a bit of video. You can run over some things, but it's never intense. And the night before a game is maybe some like light tactical work, set pieces, short, sharp stuff. Some basic stuff. So again, it's not enough to say that's why we're this.
No, you're right.
I don't know. I think it's an interesting conversation, but anyway.
Off on a wee bit of tangent there.
I know, but enjoyed that. Good conversation. I think that's a good conversation because it's I think it's interesting to see the main difference between NPL 1 and NPL 2 is obviously standard of player.
Oh, of course.
But there's probably a ton of NPL 2 players under the right environment to go into NPL 1 and do very, very well. And you could take some good NPL 1 players, file them into an NPL 2 side who should then go and run amok. But the training environment dictates performance.
100%.
So if your training's pish and eventually it's crap, players are not what up to. Before you know it, you're dragged down. And at the same time you can get pulled up. Anyway, moving on.
Dully, back-to-back wins, beating the P3 at Arlington. Dully got a player sent off. I think it must have had about 4 or 5.
There's a few red cards this week,
wasn't there? A few, yeah. I wonder how many there's been all year.
Loads, man.
I don't know if we'll just become more aware of it because that Football 24 shows you all the time and we haven't paid attention. But it feels like this must be some sort of record.
There's at least, I reckon, 3 or 4.
Fourth officials sending everybody off. Shambles.
Get your high vis on, son.
A great high vis.
So Dully went 3-1 up before they got a player sent off. And then P scored with 3 minutes to go. Mitchell King scored. Northern Tigers lost again.
They've had a wee bit of an arse collapse.
Seems to have gone. You said that happened a few years ago as well.
It was a year. I think it was. The first 9 games. I think it was first 9 games they ran amok and then they just collapsed.
I think they've got a lot of young players as well, so that could go, either way with the consistency too.
Yeah.
They started really well, man, but then Spartans won 1-0. Spartans also got a player sent off.
Yeah.
And so they played, I think, the last 25 minutes with 10 men.
That is the epitome of you saying it's unpredictable in NPL 2 because, like that Spartans.
That was mad.
Changes every week with Spartans, same with Tigers. Dunbar lost 2-1 to SD Raiders. We'll wrap this up pretty rapidly.
100%. SD Raiders scored for the first time in 4 weeks. They hadn't scored for 4 games.
Oh, really?
So, first goal in 4 games.
And a red card.
What
is happening? I would love to know what are these how bad are these red cards because they're happening a lot.
But they went down to 10 men when it was still 1-0.
See, was there any red cards in NPL 1 this week?
No.
It's the difference in the leagues, mate. These coaching sessions, the training sessions during the week, we don't coach that in NPL 1. These tackles and all that, we don't stand for that in NPL 1.
So Mount Druitt beat us at the weekend 5-3. Rugby score.
5-3? Did you play that game?
Played. That's probably why we conceded 5. They scored, it was 3 each, they scored in the 94th.
Oh, so I did see that, aye. Oh, that's stinking, man.
It was tough to take. Decent game, even game, both teams. The penalty, we missed a penalty and scored a penalty. It was 3 penalties in the game. So it was just a bit mad. Was it at
NSW?
No, it was at
when they scored, did they go to Toronto?
Do you know they listen to Rangers songs?
I know they're Gaffer's a Rangers fan.
The whole way through, man. I'm sitting in the changing room listening to Simply the Best.
They're Gaffer's a Rangers fan.
Fair play, that's them. I think 1-9 out of their first 10 games, Mount Druitt.
Looking good, fair play to them.
And Rydalmere obviously lost 2-1 at home to Macarthur Rams. I just wrote Tommy beside it, so they could give us your round-up of the game, do you know what I mean?
He's sort of done that already,
He's done it at the start, yeah.
Okay, cool, NPL 3. Do you watch any NPL? Whoa.
Kyriakos is back in goal for Gleesville Red Magic.
Is he? I swear. There's a petition after that podcast.
I was reading the report and then I just thought Kyriakos Tohoroglu, I'm sure his last name is, with key save, and I was like, surely not. But it's back playing. Do
you know what we were talking about?
No,
the goalkeeper at Gleesville Red Magic.
The guy's been there for like 83 years.
Oh yeah, the old guy.
Yeah, he was a trackies.
So he stopped playing this year.
Oh really?
But now he's back. Literally,
must have run out of cigarettes.
The first line, return of Kyriakos.
Yeah. It was funny that bloke to play against.
Oh man, brilliant man.
So he was back in goal, but Hotspur were two up before they get a man sent off in the 66th minute.
And did Rydalmere win the game?
Nah, they lost 3-2.
Oh.
They brought it back to 2 each, and then Vincent D'Amelio scored his second of the night to win 3-2.
Ali McKay sent off.
Alan McKee gets sent off, man. He got, but it's actually
Did they lose?
They lost 5-2.
Shit.
So it was 1 each when he gets sent. He swore at one of their players, and then if you give him a red card.
He swore.
Aye.
That's
You shouldn't be getting sent off, I swear.
That's a complete shambles, but Ali said he reckons it's because it was right in front of their bench, and they've all come up and went a bit mental, and then the referees came, and then throughout the rest of the game everybody's calling everybody everything. And not
You should, I don't men's football.
You can't amend, it's a joke.
You can't even get sent off for swearing at somebody. I mean, I understand if it's something like bonkers,
Aye.
but for the most part, the usual stuff.
100%.
People swear like walking through the street.
Exactly.
Shouldn't be getting red carded for that.
But that was at 1 each, and then obviously just went downhill from there. Mitchell Cross scored a hat-trick. The game finished 5-2. Parramatta lost 3-2 to Central Coast United. Daniel McFarlane, the Englishman, scored.
That was a lad you said was good.
Aye, he scored in his return to action, which is good to see him back playing.
You played against him last year?
Last year, yeah.
Good player, man.
Yeah. I'm surprised with Melita this year.
Yeah,
I thought they'd be
very poor.
towards the top, yeah.
Signed good players.
Big names, yeah.
Who's the other main player, Parramatta's?
Then they have Tarek Ulrich.
Yes, he's there. Lewis Fraser.
Lewis Fraser, yeah.
Gabby went from Rydalmere. So they've obviously thrown a fair bit of money at it.
3-2. Where are they in the league? Parramatta?
Mid-table.
Oh, yeah.
Towards the bottom, I think.
Yeah, lower
That's
half
mad, isn't it?
mid-table.
Bonnyrigg, Parramatta,
Big clubs, man.
Fraser Park.
Yeah, Fraser Park. So they lost 6-1 to South Coast Flames.
We played at South Coast Flames last week, not obviously against them, but in the cup.
Yeah.
It's not bad we set up on it.
Nice.
The synthetic pitch is shocking. It's like see when you've got a kids play park and you've got like the synthetic pitch doing about it in case anyone falls. It's terrible. But I don't think that's their. Did they play in synthetic Central Coast United? South Coast Flames?
I don't know.
No,
There's a grass pitch in the centre.
Probably the grass.
I'm assuming it's a grass pitch they play on.
Michael Trajkovski scored 4 goals for them against Fraser Park. Win 6-1. Sydney Green were done 5-0. Newcastle Jets. Justin Vidic and Will Dobson scored 2 each. And Stanmore returned to winning. Inner West Hawks returned to winning ways with a 4-2 victory over Granville Rage.
Takuma's the top scorer?
Yeah, 15 goals now.
So he's top man.
And
And Todorowski scores.
Aye, Todorowski and Tomic.
Apparently it was crossing into the box and Tomic was on Todorowski's head, his shoulders.
His shoulders fixing the net.
NPL 74, that was it.
The last game, Camden lost 2-1 at home to Hustle. Hustle recording back-to-back win for the first time this season.
And then top scorers, Nathaniel Blair bagged, he's on 10, Andre Martins went drew it on 10. And
He's good, by the way.
Who, Andre Martins? I don't think I know that. Oh, you obviously played against him, aye?
He's a good striker.
But young, was he a young guy?
Youngish, I don't think he speaks English.
How do you know?
So
Did
they
you?
got a penalty and I was
Well,
trying to
yeah.
noise him up. And he just was looking at me. He was
He probably does speak English, you just couldn't understand it.
But then the coach was shouting something at him as well.
Right, okay.
And then he's looked at the coach and he's doing all these fucking directions and moving different things. And then it was as if he got it. But I don't think he speaks very good English.
Well,
Hey,
doesn't
mate,
need to speak English,
good
mate. He
man.
scored 10 goals.
Good.
Fair play to him.
So before we look forward to this weekend, mate, Thomas Gittany.
Gittany.
So see, the first time I obviously saw the name in the dressing room.
I thought it was Gittany as well.
Gittany.
The only reason I knew it was Gittany is because I said to Chaz, I was like, we've got Tommy on Thursday. He's like, oh, Tommy Gittany? I was like, yes, Tommy Gittany.
I swear, Gittany is the first thing that I
Yeah,
thought of. So Thomas Gittany, mate, we'll start on your youth football, mate.
How old are you just now, actually?
24.
24.
Yeah.
Even though the man bun makes you look a bit 30, Just getting a pen.
Alright. On you go, mate, crack on.
Where do you want to start from?
Your football, under fours.
Under fours? Is that Guildford County?
No, let's just say, I don't know, but NPL?
Yeah, so probably my first experience in it, probably 11 or 10 years old, was with Football New South Wales. I had a little program going there for that P22 program. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
So that was meant to be like for the 2022 World Cup.
Oh,
Australia got it.
Oh, it's got P22.
Yeah.
And
So
who
it was that.
wasn't in that? Everyone we spoke to seems to be in that.
Aye.
Because there was all different regions. It was west, far south, you know, and then
I thought it was just a squad, one squad of like 16
there
players.
was probably 30 different squads for each age group.
Right, okay.
And so that was probably my first experience in that.
And you were 11 for Project 22?
Yeah, I think I was 11, and then went to Hills because that was only training. There was no games in that, and then went to Hills. Was there for a few years. Went to Melita after that for a couple of years with Daniel Blanco as a coach. I don't know if you know him. After that, where did I go? To Apia for a year, then went to the US, played in the college system.
Yep.
Loved that.
Where were you there?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Carolina's a good state for football, isn't it?
Good state, yeah. Top teams everywhere.
Yeah, is it? I always recommend
How long were you
it.
there for?
Just 1 year. I didn't just played the one season, yeah.
Would you recommend other people to go?
Definitely for the experience. I don't know if you're looking to progress to the next level. I don't know if it's the place for it, unless you're at probably a top 20 school.
No, I agree. I think it's ideal for players who have a bit of self-awareness and go, do you know what? I want to keep training at the highest level possible. Yeah. I'll train full time, I'll come back with an absolute weapon, and I'll get a degree. The backup plan, you can back it with 22 to 24 and you go, right, I'm still good at football, I'm fit as anything, like, I've got a degree as well, and you get choices. And you could still crack on somewhere else, potentially, but you could easily get to an NPL 1 or an NPL 2, it'll be a sub-4 NPL 2 side.
What did you find difficult about it?
Probably the game loads, like you're playing 3-4 games a week.
Yeah.
So that was probably the hardest part. Obviously being away from family is one thing.
Yeah. Why did you leave after a year?
I just, probably, it was a bit of just talking with my family, and you know, you got to make that decision. Is it worth it going forward? Are you doing a degree that you want to do? And I always wanted to be a builder.
Yeah.
And so that was what I came back to do. And you know, you just got to make that decision. You're 18 at the time. Are you going to progress with it, or?
What degree were you doing over there?
Just a business one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it was great thing to do. Just like the movies.
What movie?
But yeah, I loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
It was good, yeah.
Cool.
Came back. Yeah. Spirit with Perko.
Yeah. But was he your gaffer?
I was with the 18s or 20s, yeah, and then but I was with Tony Candy, but I was up with Perko most of the time, yeah. And it was great. I probably would have stayed if it wasn't for, you know, the load of what I was doing at work at the time and what Perko wanted.
Yeah, I did.
Like I said, he analyses everything, you know. He's a great coach.
Once you be committed, which is, I mean, it's got its pros and cons, but can't fault it for that.
But yeah, then went to Mount Druitt, and that was where I played. Made my first grade. I made my first grade debut with Perko, obviously, but then NPL 1 first grade debut with Mount Druitt.
Yep.
How old were you then?
Just the 1 year again.
No, how old?
You're one.
Oh, how old? Oh, sorry.
It's quite young, that.
18 or 19. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
And and then been at Rydalmere for 4 years.
So why did you sign for Rydalmere?
I grew up there, so you know, my dad's played there his whole life, and all my uncles, cousins, we all grew up on the field there.
Yeah.
And it was just like coming home, I guess. And it was either probably give it up or
give it up,
play closer to home and be a bit more comfortable.
Why give it up? Because of work?
Because of work, yeah. Yeah, and I was beginning. I've had a lot of injuries throughout my playing, and I had a bad one at Mount Druitt that I hid. You know, got a cortisone shot and stuff, and
What was the injury?
My groin. So I tore it originally in America, and then it was just playing up, and then wanted to keep playing. Obviously, making your PL1 debut. Got a cortisone shot, played through it, and then it just went on me, and so I thought, that's it, I got to work. Then signed with Rydalmere, and you know, I've been enjoying it ever since. Yeah. Obviously, it's got its ups and downs, but I love it there. Yeah.
Good, mate. So you're captain this year. Is there anything different being a captain?
I don't think so. I think for some players it might be.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's normal for me talking on the field, and you know.
You vocal on the pitch?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since you left.
You get work done probably?
I've just been enjoying it, yeah.
Good, mate. Rumour has it that you've had more red cards for Rydalmere than you've scored goals?
No.
You sure?
Scored a few goals at Rydalmere, yeah.
Okay.
Have you got a lot of reds?
Yeah.
You're trying to think of what we are in
How many a season? You've been there for 4 years?
Nah, last season I think it was probably only 2.
Yeah.
But my whole life, yeah, I've calmed down a lot now.
Yeah.
What are you getting reds for? Like tackles or like descent?
A couple of them were probably, yeah.
Descent's the worst to get. That's to me.
Not the set, no.
Nah, it was-
A couple of them were like
tackles
headlocks
and then-
and you know,
headlocks. Not descent, just headlocks, mate.
yeah.
To the referee.
The fourth official.
Oh, that's fine, mate. That shouldn't be a red card. That should be an award.
Yeah, nah, mainly tackles, yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, but you have calmed down a lot, man. I think
Yeah,
the first
you
year,
teased me about it all year last year. So
I actually started calling him soft. So see when he first came, like never far away from my head loss. Ever. That's fair, eh? Like, it was
Sorry, did you say headlock or head loss?
head loss. Head loss.
The first time you said you get red cards for head loss?
Headlock.
You did say head
I
loss.
said headlock. He said head
I
loss.
thought it was a for myself. Did I miss him? So it was headlock. Just double checking it was headlock. Aye, okay.
I never far away from my head loss. Like it was one of them that just noised him up a wee bit, standing his toes, and you could just see rage building, man. But it was massive.
What gets you? What's your like a wee?
Nothing.
Probably now pulling his hair, man.
Honestly, it wouldn't take much. That was just the time I didn't have, you know, I was never a real skillful player. You know, I've got a decent touch, decent pass, but I relied on my tackling a lot as like a sort of tough holding midfielder. And but yeah, now it's sort of calmed down a lot, mellowed out, and now I'm more of a ball player. Despite what Chaz might say.
I wouldn't go that far. But he did. I called him soft all last year.
Did you play a lot when you were there?
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
2 years I was there.
Did you play the most
2
games?
years?
Yeah, 3 years with
2
you.
years
Yeah.
with him, aye.
So was it you and Jules? Middle Park?
I think so. Jules was there with me the first year, and I think he had a bit of an injury.
Aye,
That's right, you guys
And
did
so that was when I came in to playing.
Right,
Because I started at Rydalmere actually coming off the bench for the first few weeks, and then Jules got injured,
You stepped in.
and then yeah, I stepped in, and from then I haven't really left the squad. Yeah,
Apart from the weekend.
apart from the weekend.
Here's a question for you. When you went on at the weekend, did you get
The weekend?
Did you get your captain's armband?
No, I wasn't happy on the weekend. I said keep it.
Actually, I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't take that off something.
What are your goals as a club for this year, and let's look at the next couple of years? Obviously you've gone
Yeah.
down the whole youth route in terms of the whole clear out last season, etc. What are the club's aspirations?
So it was pretty clear at the start of the year. We sat down as a team, as you know, members from the board were in the meeting, the coaches. Basically, they've got a 3-year program, 3-year project, and so they want to be in PL1, if not the B League, in 3 years. And you know,
Rydalmere want to be in the B League?
Yeah.
Did you, eh?
Well, yeah, it's, you know yourself, the facilities at Rydalmere are crazy compared to anywhere else.
But so, regarding the B League, right? I know you might not have a definitive answer here, but have they got enough capacity for seating? Is there not like a minimum capacity?
Yeah, there's so they've got
He's trying to get a contract. That's what he's trying to get a contract.
That's why I went back.
yeah, there's plans in place to even make it a bigger.
Did you see Melbourne Knights? I think it was pulled out.
Did he?
Yeah.
Aye, and then somebody else is trying to get back in. I think they pulled out and said that they want it to be delayed, as in the league. They reckon it should be delayed or scrapped altogether. Don't know the reasons. It was like a headline somebody on some Australian football report that was mentioning, and somebody else wants to take the place from not Sydney. Can't remember who it was. Melbourne, I think.
Wow.
Interesting. I don't know why. Don't know if it's a budget thing or they reckon it's going to affect the club in some way. Dying to hear some more information about it.
I know. Because they've made an announcement and nobody knows anything.
I think it's just bizarre that people who are in it don't know much about it.
Yeah.
So how can, like, for instance, Rydalmere, if they're saying, oh, we've got aspirations to be in the
What
NST,
is it like? What's it going to look like?
What does that even look like?
That's like obviously it's, you know, it's just up in the air at the moment, and the first step is to getting, you know, promoted. But I think it is something the club wants to look at in the future. Yeah.
So here's another question for you. Do you think that's an achievable 3-year plan?
I think it's a 3 to 5 year plan, but yeah,
So
definitely.
the answer's no. It's not an
No,
answer.
I think
I think at the NST,
I think promotion is.
I was going to say that around. I think I could be wrong, right? But I think the NST could come down more to the business side of things.
Yeah.
I mean, because I don't know how many. It doesn't look like teams are scrambling to get into it. Unless, again, I don't know for certain, but it doesn't sound like if Melbourne Knights are pulling out and they're still waiting on what 3 more spaces getting filled. I feel like if it was like a real desire to make it happen, they'd been filled already. 100%. And I reckon maybe there is teams trying to get into it, but then they've got the business side, like you said, maybe they've not got the seat, maybe they've not got the financial backing, whereas it sounds like Rydalmere might be able to accommodate all those requests.
Yeah. Might
be an NPL2 side, but as soon as you get that deal done, in 3 years, 4 years, players are going to come to it, obviously.
Of course.
I get there. I think it's more realistic that I can't see Rydalmere getting promoted in the next 3 years.
That's what I was asking. Because I think that last year we had a similar meeting, and we had a 3 year plan last year. So is it like 3 years starting again from, or is it conclude last year?
Yeah, I think from this new squad.
And then obviously next year we'll see how we are.
That's funny.
Right, best and worst moments at Rydalmere? Any highlights? Any low moments? Lowlights? Highlights?
Rydalmere.
Highlights.
Lowlights?
You can't call it lowlights.
I know. What's the opposite of high?
What do you call it? I don't know.
I don't know. We haven't had probably too much go on at the. Obviously, last year was a funny year, but internally,
sure was.
But that was.
But even personally, like obviously injury is a low point, right? Like,
Yeah, well, that like I said, this year was the biggest injury I've ever had.
Yeah.
You know, 3-4 months out, like doing nothing.
I can tell.
Thanks, Chaz.
Is that a new programme, mate?
Football fitness is.
Nice wee plug there.
Probably the injury. That's probably the lowest point I've been. Yeah, high points. I don't know.
Don't let me follow your highlights, not mine, that mate.
I've just been at the club. You know, I've always wanted to go back. My dad actually he didn't let me go. I could have gone at a younger age. I think he just wanted me to
go to a club for yourself, find it yourself.
Find it myself first. He knew it was always there for me if I wanted to come back.
Yeah.
Dad's a legend as well, man.
I knew.
So no, it's good to be at a club that you can call home.
No. I think that's good. I think it's important, especially if a lot of players are trying to get to the next level, but some people are happy where they are. So they might as well enjoy it and get to that. Todd Orshie was talking about last week how he was there early, the Bankstown, talking to the kids and that before the sessions and all that. Family feel. It's brilliant, man.
Yeah,
great escape, mental health perspective as well. Brilliant place to go. Do you want to look at five-a-side team?
Five-a-side team, mate. Players you've played with, not including yourself.
All right. We'll have Pavlovic up front.
Chaz is gutted.
He's up front, mate.
Oh, I thought it says Pavlovic.
Aye, Pavlovic.
Yeah.
Was he a madman?
Madman.
I've heard his name.
I've got stories about him, but.
On you go.
First time I met him was actually at Marconi, and I was in. I didn't say that earlier, but I was at Marconi. Yeah.
What age were you then?
I think I was 17.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, first time I met him, he's butt naked, foot up on the chair. I'm Pav, nice to meet you. So that
was his handy shook.
But he was tops, especially for me at Mandurah. You know, he'd always take me out before the training.
Oh, nice.
Play 2-touch with me. He'd always look after me. You know, he was tops for me. Him and my next player, the same as Pav, was Mateo Poljak.
Poljak.
How do I spell that, mate?
I think there's a J in there.
With a wee accent or something.
But yeah, he was a top player.
Who was that with?
That was at Mount Druitt as well.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Probably on the other side, Anth Frangie.
Frangie. Oh, he was playing at the weekend actually.
Yeah.
I like Frangie, very calm player.
Yeah.
Calm?
Calm. As in like on the ball, not mentally.
Not mentally, nah.
Not mentally, no. He lost his head a few times in the game, but I mean in terms of gets the ball under pressure, doesn't look too flustered.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, he's one of those lads I see as like, if he just had that athleticism, he'd be an absolute weapon.
Yeah.
He's had a shot, I don't know if you've seen the highlights. Don't get a great angle of the highlights in the first half. He's tight to him, not a lot of space to actually get a shot away. And he just hits
He gets him away.
It's I was right in the ag from it on the bench. It's just that by the out of nowhere, He's and he set up the goal as well. I don't know if you've seen that. The goal's a cracker actually.
He's one. I've been trying to get him at Rydalmere for years.
Yeah,
he's a top player.
I like him. I do like Frangie. Good player. But again, Gav said he's a bit mental as well.
He is.
I mean, some of those characters, you take them. If you take that out of him, he's effective.
Especially up front, you need that. You need that character. Yeah.
100%. Centre back.
Centre back. Put Carl Sandy.
Just centre back.
Is he not centre half?
Nah, he's
good enough. He'll tackle.
He could play centre back.
Yeah.
Kyle's a good player.
And keeper.
Oh, nah, you don't pick me. You play with better goalkeepers than I am.
Nah, I like you. Yeah.
Taking that
Chaz.
twice, mate. I think I'm the only person that's in 2 teams.
Yeah.
What's a goalkeeper? How many goalkeepers is there?
It's alright, mate.
Rubbish.
Brilliant. You can come back. This is a present. You put me in team of the week.
This is the last segment of Five-a-Side. Well done. I don't actually think I put up Todorowski's Five-a-Side team, did I?
No, you never.
Nah, have you
No, you did.
No, I didn't. I didn't put up Todorowski's Five-a-Side team. You need to send me. I need to watch episodes. I'm not watching episodes. Just send me. I'll put it up at the same time as I put his up. Before we go into these games, by the way, goal of the week.
Oh, aye.
Goal of the week. This has been the best week for goal of the week. Controversial, right? I'll suggest contenders, right? Right. Swords and Chalakian.
Yeah.
And tell me, and Malia. Is there any more? I mean, Hakoah was good. Constables was good.
I think Hatches was good enough.
Hatches is good. Jack O'Brien's is good, but I don't think they're going to be in the conversation.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
So go and tell me the 2 Rockdale goals and Malia's free kick.
See, right? If and tell me meant his goal.
What makes you? I mean, only he can answer the question. He's going to say yes. I think it was. I think that
because it was such a hard thing to do. Do you know? I know Paddy's brilliant. He's a very, very good striker, but it was so difficult from the angle he was at. The awareness to just be like we touching a wee, like it's almost a dink in at the far post.
I liked his goal because of the build up to it as well, and a great finish, right? So maybe that's a collective goal. Yeah, goal of the week for me. Anyway, that's me. So let's just pick. You pick 2 goals, 2 out of 4 possession, just 2. You pick 2 and I'll pick 2, and then we'll just try and narrow it down.
I'm stressed now. Malian and tell me.
Malian and tell me. You just said didn't mean it. You picked me in the top 2.
Well, because you're telling me he did mean it.
Mate, be your own thinker, mate. Don't rely on me.
Well, if he did mean it, Malian and tell me.
Malian and tell me.
Yeah, same.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was going to go Chalakian and Malia.
So Mitch Malia it is.
Mitch Malia's a goal of the week. Fair play. Oh, I'd be gutted. Man, there's so many good goals. Fair play, man. Fair play, a lot of good goals. Okay, predictions for this weekend. How did we go last week?
6-7-6. You won again, man. Not happy. I started off well when I was winning. Now Gary's beat me, I think, the past 4 weeks.
Comfortable. Right, well, we'll just keep this to the end of the season, get to the list.
Just grab off champagne football.
Okay, so Chaz, you want to just go down each game and we'll give a shout?
Sydney United versus Marconi. I'm going Sydney United.
They've been getting some great good results. I'm going to go draw.
United.
Oh, that's been another good game, Wanderers and Blacktown City.
Big games.
Blacktown City score a lot of goals as well.
They do.
I'm going to go Wanderers. I can't honestly. The way they're going just now, if you only score 5 goals, you're not going to lose many games.
Yeah, I can't look past Wanderers either.
Yeah, Wanderers.
Apia versus Rockdale.
Oh, the Temba Jurasevski derby, unreal. I can't wait to see how that goes. Oh, I'm definitely getting that clip up of him saying,
aye, for sure.
Apia Rockdale.
Where is it?
It's
wherever Apia choose, probably Sydney Olympic Park again.
I have no idea.
Because so the thing at like Carter is that West Tigers use it in the NRL. That's NRL, isn't it? So so when they think they get basically first crack at hanging, so if they've got a home game, then they'll move that back to Sydney Olympic Park again.
Right. Look at playing against Rockdale. I wasn't watching Rockdale against Spirit. I didn't think they were amazing, but watching against Olympic, I thought it looked pretty good all over the park. It was a cooler day than it was when this is. Haven't seen Happy in person yet. They're at home. Fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna go Rockdale.
I'm going to go Rockdale as well. But then maybe Happy I get a response.
Oh mate, like Happy have got a great team.
I mean?
They've got a great team. They expect a response, and they could go and win. If they win 4-0 or something like that, you wouldn't be that surprised. But I think Rockdale. I fancy Rockdale.
I wanted to go Rockdale, but you both went Rockdale.
Oh, sorry, you can go Rockdale if you want, mate.
Yeah, Apia.
You go Happy?
Okay.
Apia, yeah.
Sutherland versus Manly.
I'm gonna go Sutherland.
Oh.
I think they're decent, Sutherland. Honestly, I think they're not what for a young team. They create a lot of chances. I'm gonna go Sutherland.
I'm going to go Manly.
I got Manly.
Now,
What Bankstown's Hakoah playing?
Bankstown City.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Oh, that'll be a good game.
That'll be a good game.
Where did Hakoah play home games? Hensley.
Hensley.
It's on Saturday night.
Saturday, 3 o'clock, I'll be playing the home
Honestly.
games.
I'm gonna go. Bankstown City to get to Hakoah to lose their first game of the season. They have to lose at some point.
They do. Tommy?
Bankstown City, yeah.
I'm going to go draw. I think they'll lose. Mount Druitt at home to Alliance.
Mount Druitt.
Mount Druitt.
Jordi Gomez.
I'm going to Alliance.
Alliance.
Yeah. Do you know why?
No, I don't have to know why.
Keep it to myself then.
Inter for me, yeah.
Inter.
Why do you think an Alliance will win?
I think that the way Mount Druitt play will suit how an Alliance play.
Yeah. They're both very similar.
Like
okay.
in terms
In
of
your
the
face.
space as well,
Yeah.
the like interlines won't give them space in behind because interlines aren't quick enough to defend in a higher line. I think Mount Druitt might struggle with that. Bonnie, what were you going to say there?
Nothing.
Did a movement as if you're going to talk.
I just think Interlions, I don't know, they like a smaller field. Popman is not massive, is
It's
it?
not massive.
It depends on the surface as well. It's to rain a wee bit the next few days.
Yeah.
Don't know how that'll hold up.
Oh, it's nice.
No, I know it's nice, but I don't know how it'll hold up in the rain the next 3 days. No, at the start of the season, Popman is always good.
No, but I think what they've done now is only the senior men and senior women train on it once a week.
Right, okay.
They're the only two teams that
Where do we train all night?
the synthetic.
Oh, alright, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Good. It's good.
Bonnierig at home to Dully.
I'm going to go Bonnierig.
I'm going to go Dully.
Bonnierig.
Bonnierig. Dunbar at home to MacArthur.
Bills or Rams?
Rams.
Dumper.
Dunbar?
Yeah.
Our Rams don't look very good. Their gaffer, man. See their gaffer?
Nice.
They're going to be so warm at the start of the game, MacArthur. You can't doubt that. They're going to have a great warm-up. Wee bit of ticky-taka before the start. Dunbar keeper will be rattled.
Did you lose to?
2-3 each.
Oh, you got in.
Huh?
You got in your head,
Got in
didn't
your
you?
head, yeah. Oh, you weren't playing?
No, MacArthur
Yeah.
beat us 3-2.
Oh, he's definitely in your head then.
I wasn't playing.
He is wee mangy.
I was the one putting the
You were
crosses
just
in,
warming
man.
up.
100%.
So you're on the bench giving him pelters, and he was 83-2.
Never said a word, mate.
You called him a dick, you said?
I called him a dick here.
Right, behind his back.
Shite bag into the real
He
life.
doesn't even watch us. That's shocking, man.
Does watch it.
Good guy. Carthar Rams versus Dunbar. I'll go Dunbar.
I've played Dunbar as well. Inner West Hawks.
And there's Hawks, yeah.
Almost called the Stanmore again, you see that? Correcting myself.
I'll go South Coast
Fraser
Flames.
Park.
South Coast Flames.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, sorry, you've just skipped it. Why'd you skip that?
that was last week's game. I put 4 other ones and just left that one in.
Right, okay, so Stanmore, Fraser Park.
Aye.
Right, okay. I'm going to go Inner West Hawks to beat Fraser Park.
Me too.
Yeah, Fraser Park.
Sydney Uni at home at Hurstville.
Hurtsville.
Yeah, me too.
I'll go Hurstville as well. Sydney you don't like up too much.
Prospect at home to Parramatta.
Prospect.
Prospect, Prospect, obviously. The boys.
The boys. And last but not least, Camden at home to Mounties.
Mountains just gets battered last week.
Yep.
Well, they had an emergency meeting after the Drua game, didn't they? So I'm going to go with the Mounties after. I'm sure they had a big meeting during the week.
Mounties. Mounties.
Mounties, yeah.
Mounties.
Beautiful.
That's us.
That's sorted, mate. Thanks for the bottle of champagne.
Thank you.
for
Nice
coming
to
on.
have
It's
you,
always
boys.
good to see you.